Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Lydia and I make sewing patterns and sewing content here online, and today I'm very excited to share with you all of my makes from 2023, my patterns that I sewed up, and just projects that I did. So let's get started. Starting in January, I released none other than the turtle sweater. It's a quarter zip sweater. This was my first sample. I actually made it lined because I didn't like the backing of this fabric, and this is one of my favorite sweaters to wear because it's so nice and thick and it's just substantial and gorgeous. I also made this in a beige daisy print and I wear that one quite a lot. It's just nice to have a quarter zip and they're very easy to make. This is the turtle sweater. You can get it online on my website or on Etsy at lydianaomi.com. lydianaomi.etsy.com. I can get your sister. I think this is one of the samples of my confetti frock. I made this one in pink and then I released it in this gorgeous blue, and this is the other version. It's a green one. It just has no sleeves, and then it has the ruffle hem. And then I didn't even show this, but I think I have some footage I can pop in here of this one. So I made it a gathered waist. I hacked it a little bit and I wanted to dye it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But that's the confetti frock. I made it for my birthday one year. Everybody wanted it, and so I turned it into a pattern for you guys. Okay, and then my first Naomi paper pattern came out, and I revealed to the world this beautiful dress. I love this dress so much. It's like casual, but like a statement. Really nice feminine silhouette, and it's very classic. So I really love this dress. I also did it in the pink. This one is with the flange, so it's sleeveless, more of a modern look. I also did it in this linen, which is kind of like a weird color. It's kind of a purpley, kind of like mocha weird color. But I've worn this one and the yellow one quite a bit. I really like it. I have another one cut out for this year, so stay tuned for my next sewing marathon. I also made it in beige, and this is the flange one. I like this one a little bit better than the pink one. Then I did a collaboration with Isol Linen, and this is like one of my favorite dresses to wear in the summer. I wore this a lot. It's something you can wear to something a little bit more dressy and a little bit more toned down. But I feel like this design is quite an inherently casual design. I originally was going to call it my everyday dress, but it just has a cute detail in the front with the curved underbust and the gathered. So this is a printed linen, so I really am happy with it because I love linen. I think linen's like one of those fabrics that last forever and just have really nice drape and generally make a casual dress look really beautiful. So I would always go with linen. Next, I really wanted to release a free pattern for you guys. I made this kind of one shoulder with the cutout tank before on my channel, and a lot of people really liked it, so I decided to make a free pattern. It's a really easy pattern and it's made reversible, but then I altered it and I created ruching on the one side. I altered the pattern and got this gorgeous green dress, which I wore a couple of times. So if you want a free pattern, I actually have quite a few, so head over to my website and you'll be able to get them there. This might be my favorite release of the year, the Lulu frock. So it's kind of like a rounded square neck, just simple knit dress. This is the sleeveless version, which there are instructions in the pattern for how to make it sleeveless. It's pretty easy. But yeah, I love the Lulu frock. It's a dress that you can just throw on and it looks really good while not looking too over the top. Like, it looks really casual, but also you can accessorize it in a way that it looks like kind of polished. So, and it's super comfortable. I wanted to show you guys how to do the faux shirring at the back of the dress, so I did a little tutorial. I made a whole new dress and it's with spaghetti straps, and I did a whole tutorial on this. I hope to release this as a pattern this year. It has pockets, it has a quarter circle skirt instead of a half circle skirt, so it's a little more slim. It's also a semi-lined construction, so it's really nice, so stay tuned for this. I'm calling it the spaghetti dream frock, but I wore this a couple times out too. It's like a cute casual dress, nice for the summer. I also have the dream frock, which has the puff sleeves on it and a quarter circle skirt, so you can check that out as well. I forgot to mention this, but I made a bubble frock this past year, and I made it strapless, and it took me like 3 hours to make. It was so quick. I made it for my sister's baby shower. She had a dress code of like neutrals, and so I made it before I flew out, and you guys loved it too. I got a lot of love for it on Instagram. This is my second release for the Naomi pattern line. It's a fall dress, but I feel like you could also wear this in spring. This I made with a tencel jersey, and it's really, like, the fabric is really luxurious. So this is interesting because you can wear it the front as a front and the back as the front, so you can like change it around. This was a fun one, and it was really well received too. But I actually haven't worn it out. I just haven't had the occasion for something so bright and pink. I don't know, I felt like it wasn't super wintry, the coloring of this particular one, but maybe I'll make it in like a brown and cream or something like that, because it is pretty cute. Next, I released the long-awaited diner trouser. The trouser that is business in the front and party in the back. So when you eat, there's space, maybe, there's space, but it's still like a snatched waist. Side pockets, little pleat, sewn pleat. I really love these pants. I wear them all the time. I have a black pair that I wear pretty much all the time in the winter, but it's actually my first sample and it's not even properly sewn, so I have to sew another black pair. Yeah, I have a lot of fun sewing this because it's really like, there's a lot of clean lines and it's just like clean pressing. Also, I want to let you know that if you have trouble sewing a fly zip, a trouser fly zip, I made a template based off of this pattern, and I have a video, and it's a free template, free video that you can go through and you can actually just practice, because things like these, they just take practice to gain confidence because they're not really that hard, and I really make it straightforward, step by step, and you won't have any trouble with it, so go check those out. So this pant was also part of a sewing marathon that I did. I think it's my favorite sewing marathon I've done so far. I also sewed this. This was a yellow wool blanket that I've had for a very long time. It's Kenwood Wool Products, all virgin wool, made in Canada. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I've worn this a lot. I love throwing it on. It's a pop of color. It kind of dresses up any garment, or not dresses up, but like makes it cool. Oh, forgot to say, this is the Betsy utility. I just shortened it and only used one pocket, which is a very easy thing to do. I think I have instructions for that at the end of the tutorial video for the Betsy utilities, so enjoy. I have had this cut out for some time. I don't know if you recognize, but this whole bodice area is based on the jumpsuit that I made, that I copied and then made into a blue patchworky fabric. I thought it'd be really cute to make a skirt version, like a dress version, so I haven't worn this out yet because I actually need to cinch in the waist a little bit. It just doesn't look how I envisioned it. It needs a little bit more pizzazz. But yeah, I might get some wear out of this coming fall, or even this winter. What am I thinking? I'm thinking it's spring already. Hello, it's January. Here in Canada, we have a few more months before it gets warm. A few. Okay. One of my favorites. that I made. This is based on a skirt that I have that I really loved, and I always wanted to make something inspired by it. So I made this. I don't know. I feel like the way I made this makes it look, if I do say so myself, really designer. These pockets, I originally had them there, but then I had to sew them down because it was too fitted up here. But it's a faced top edge with the raw edge here. And then my favorite part, I found it on the Vogue website, and I think it might have been Dries Van Noten. They're a pair of wide leg jeans, and they had this design on it for the darts. So I moved the darts from the waist and put them into the back, and I love it. There's a kick pleat here. These are like my favorite to wear with my cube tee. So if you're interested in it, stay tuned because I hope to release this skirt this spring or summer. This was actually my first sample. I like it too, but you can't see the design lines as easily, and I did a few tweaks. I still have to do some tweaks to this one, but I'm excited about it because skirts, they're not very hard to sew. So it's a really great beginner project. Okay, and then I wanted to make a frilly, dreamy apron. And this is what I designed. So, I mean, this is a pretty classic frilly apron, but I wanted to make my own and wear it, and I actually made this to go with it. Like, I chose a fabric specifically for the photos. This is called the Heidi apron. This is a really nice gift for someone. Make this in a linen for someone, they'll treasure it for years. Okay, and then you guys haven't, I mean, you've seen this now if you've been following me because I just released this, but I did make this last year even though it got released this year. So this is my ME 2068. It's my early spring shirt utility dress. So I wanted it kind of like chunky but also sophisticated and elegant at the same time. I made it in this bull denim, but I also made one in a linen, which I much prefer because it's a little more drapey and relaxed, which is what I was going for. But yeah, you guys can get this as a PDF or a paper pattern on the Simplicity website. But yeah, I'm excited to wear this year because I haven't gotten anywhere out of it yet. I almost forgot to mention this Babylon leather bag. It was a kit that they sent me, and I sewed this whole bag together all by myself. It's my crowning achievement of the year. I take this bag everywhere. I love it. I get compliments on it all the time. It was super fun to sew, and it's just so quality and beautiful. In my mind, this bag is like better than a designer bag. I just love it. It's a labor of love. Lastly, I did a sewing marathon. This was the first dress I sewed. It's a fully lined dream frock with a full circle skirt instead of the half circle skirt. I did a ruffle hem as well, and then I added faux shirring to the back. I got this fabric from Blackbird Fabrics. It's a block print fabric, but I felt like it was a perfect like Christmas time dress, but I can wear this in the summer too. Like, it doesn't look like a Christmas dress, it just looks really nice. And then I put it with the Heidi apron, and was just gorgeous. Next, I sewed this. This is a confetti frock, and it's just with the sleeves lengthened and the center gap closed. I made this in a polyester satin charmeuse. It was kind of difficult dealing with, you know, I cut it on the bias, so dealing with this slippery fabric, but I managed to get it done. This is like a date night dress, you know, like Valentine's Day or something like that. And I do want to make another confetti frock like this in a red and pink giant gingham, so stay tuned for that. Then I made another Celeste frock. I should not have it on a hanger because this is a really heavy rib, as you can see. But I do have to tweak this a little bit. I plan to wear this. I haven't worn it yet. I have to tweak it and bring up the sidelines because this is really stretchy fabric. I had to size down like 3 or 4 sizes to make this, and it even still feels slightly big. My other one that I made, ever since I made it, it was on rotation through the winter, and it will be again this year. So if you want a nice, comfy, but elegant winter dress, the Celeste frock is the frock for you. Similarly, this one that I'm wearing, this is the mitten frock, originally called the January dress. But I made this one as well in that sewing marathon, and I lined it because this is kind of like scratchy fabric. So I lined it. I've worn it twice already. You can make this dress in like an hour. It's so quick. Similarly to the Celeste frock, like the Celeste frock is also really quick. Any knit garment. Then I extended my sewing marathon and I made this version of the Lulu frock. This is not in the pattern, the Lulu frock, but I do give instructions on how to alter the pattern to create this. So it has a boat neck and then bishop sleeves, and it doesn't have a built-in bra, it just has a facing. I wore this a couple times as well since I made it. It's sparkly. I don't know if you can see, yeah, the sparkles. I'm debating whether I should make this into its own pattern, so do let me know what you think about that in the comments. It's one of those dresses that just feel casual enough but dressy enough and comfortable at the same time. I don't know what it is. I wanted to wear this the most because it also didn't feel too flashy either. So that was everything I made in 2023. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to 2024 and all of the things that I want to make. Be sure to comment below what you plan to make in 2023 or what kind of styles you're interested in making or wish there were patterns for, because I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you liked any of these patterns, they'll be linked in the description. You could also just head over to lydianaomi.com or lydianaomi.etsy.com. Thanks for watching. Bye!